Hello folks, I'm Chef Curry Flavors here, cooking healthy for you. I want to make sure I'm in the picture here. We are actually going to make, I'll stoop down a little. We are actually going, because I want to show you the food. We're here at Rising Star Enterprises for Wellbeing, and we are cooking during the COVID-19 crisis, trying to teach people how to cook. Not necessarily everything from scratch, but how to cook if you haven't cooked, and now you're faced with cooking with the whole virus going on, and it's very important. That's why we started the channel, so people can learn how to cook. We are going to make an Italian a la Milanese, or in Italy we say Milanese, and basically what it is a veal dish that we make with arugula salad. We're actually going to make it with chicken. So it's going to be Milanese di Pollo, and it's going to be a chicken-based dish. It's going to be very delicious. We're going to put arugula radicchio salad on top with lemon vinaigrette, and we're going to make on the side, we are going to make our butternut squash. And you basically, some people cut the halves off, but we're going to use the butternut squash as a boat, and we're going to make spaghetti with a fork, and you basically just cut it in half and scrape it out. Some people cut the tops off. I don't see the point of that. It's not that hard to cut. And you scrape out the seeds and you put it in at 400, which we're going to do right now, but we need to get the ball rolling. So normally I show you all the ingredients that we have, but we're not going to do that. We just want to get these in because it takes like 40 minutes at 400. So we're basically, what we're going to do is we'll put this here on 400. We take a pan with water, about a quarter inch water, and we take the butternut squash with a little salt in there, and we put them upside down, okay? And that way they just stay moist while they're cooking, and they go right in the oven. And it's pretty simple process there. That's going to be in there about 40 minutes. But what we're going to do is we're going to make the Milanese di Pollo, the chicken with the arugula radicchio salad on top, and cherry tomatoes. We'll put on top of the chicken, and we'll show you how we're going to do that. We just need to get the butternut squash in there, and then we're going to basically make banana, almost like a banana boat. It's going to be like a little boat. We're going to scrape the spaghetti. We're going to make spaghetti out of butternut squash. We're going to basically scrape it with the fork. I'll show you how you do that. It's very healthy for you, lots of vitamins, and we won't go into all the vitamins today. I usually go into that pretty deeply, but butternut squash is pretty healthy. I mean, it's got so many vitamins for you. It's very healthy, and we're basically going to turn this and make a boat with the spaghetti with a little marinara sauce. And it's going to be absolutely beautiful, and we'll top it off with a little Gremolata on top, which is basically a parsley topping that goes on usually marinara. So it'll look great, and we have everything in, and we will be back. So we're basically taking radicchio, which is a very bitter, sort of like a salad, but it's actually really good. But in order to get the bitterness out, one of the things you could do is put some ice cubes on top, add a little bit of water, leave it off to the side for a half an hour, and then we're going to bake it and add some stuff, garlic, olive oil, stuff like that to it. But that's basically how you get the bitterness out, and it's really good. It's going to go on the arugula salad with the cherry tomatoes on top of the chicken, which we're going to bread and put in the oven in a little while as well. It's important to get the chicken in quickly because both those things take about 40 minutes to cook. And that's pretty much it. And we're going to add shrimp to the spaghetti marinara as well, and we're going to go over that as well. Okay, so basically we're going to take our breaded chicken and we're going to put it in flour. There we go. All right. Into the flour it goes. We've done this before. Into the egg. All right, and then the breadcrumbs. And then what we're going to do, get it all in there and try not to make a mess. And we're going to put it on there. We'll wash off our hands. We'll do that with the other pieces, but we're just going to use the one piece and we will be back. And there you go. You have everything breaded. You basically go flour, egg, breadcrumbs, and you add all the breadcrumb flavors you want, whether it's onion or garlic salt or chili or oregano, parsley, that sort of thing. I'm actually going to put a cover on this, and I'm going to squeeze this off to the side because we're going to throw some other stuff on here, the radicchio and different things as they come up. So that's pretty much covered. We're going to put this in here. Just get the chicken cooking. We don't want that chicken to cook. And we'll get back to our next steps. And by the way, that is all cooking at 400 degrees. So we have the chicken will probably take about 30-40 minutes. So will the butternut squash at 400. And we're going to be adding things to it as we go. To basically make a lemon vinaigrette, there's really not a whole lot to it. You basically have my little Christmas thing here. I basically squeezed 2 lemons in there, and I actually took the zest off the lemon. You just need a grater, and we're going to save some of the zest for the Gremolata later. So we're just going to put in, I don't know, it's about a half a teaspoon, close to a teaspoon. Okay. That goes in there. It really gives the lemon vinaigrette a nice bounce. Then you're going to add, they say about a 1-to-1 ratio, or more olive oil than, these don't really mix necessarily together too well, lemon juice and olive oil. So it's good to mix it first, you know, just sort of get that going, and then you can add fresh garlic. Okay, I guess about a teaspoon rather, and we can also put fresh onions in there. You really want to have for a vinaigrette. You really want to have fresh ingredients in there, and then we just add a little salt. There we go, a little salt, a little pepper. And you basically have your vinaigrette. You just sort of mix it together. Okay. Looks great, doesn't it? There you go. That's your vinaigrette. Looks great. And it's very tasty. You can add different things to it, you know. Maybe you like a little honey in it. You know, I don't know. We're not going to add honey now. And you just sort of mix it together, put it off to the side for later. Then you have your radicchio, which has been sitting in cold water for about a half hour or so. And that should take a lot of the bitterness out of radicchio. Radicchio is very good. Basically could dry it off and then put it right back in here. And we're not going to put it into the oven yet, but the last 20 minutes of the butternut squash and the last 20 minutes of the chicken, we'll put this in, and we'll probably add a little olive oil to here. Why not? A little bit of garlic salt. All right, just because garlic brings out good flavor, and we're going to add a little bit of pepper, and we're moving around a little bit. Make sure it gets all over the place. There you go. Mix it together, and then we'll close it up, and we will drop that in the oven a little bit later. So now as everything's cooking, we're going to make our sauce. It's a marinara sauce. Sauce basically came from Italy. The mariners, the marina soldiers coming back to America basically discovered tomatoes, and it goes well over spaghetti, or in this case it's going to go over the spaghetti butternut squash. And you can, you know, a basic marinara sauce, you know, I always like to add a little flour because it gives it a little bit of a bread element, because don't forget, we're not going to have pasta, real pasta. It's going to be the spaghetti butternut squash. So that just gives it a little flavor. Normally you don't have to do that. You can add a little chili I like to always add a little chili. I like the spice, a little pepper, okay, a little olive oil. There we go. About just a smidget, tablespoon. And we have some oregano, and we will have fresh parsley on top of the spaghetti. We'll just add a little here, and we'll add, I like to put the mushrooms right in the sauce. I like them to cook right in the sauce. And we'll just add a few fresh onions, a little bit of fresh garlic. The rest will be used for the Gremolata, which is a parsley topping that goes on the sauce. And then we'll mix that up, add a little apple cider vinegar, and we will be all set to go. I almost forgot with the lemon vinaigrette that it takes Dijon mustard, about a teaspoon. Mustard is very powerful, especially Dijon. So you basically are going to put that in, and it gives it a nice zesty feel. And you mix it together. Oh wow, that actually looks really good. Look at that. Amazing. And we'll be back. To basically make a Gremolata, there's not a whole lot to it. You take fresh parsley, as you can see, and you, let's get a better angle on that, and you basically mince it, so it's nice and thin. And you take your garlic, you add it, you take your lemon zest, which is the skin of the lemon, add some onions, there you go, and you mix it together, and you're going to get a Gremolata. I mean, you could add some salt, you could add some pepper, which I'll do. Yeah, we'll add a little salt. There we go. We'll add a little pepper. That's pretty much what you have with a Gremolata. And some people use it as a garnish, but I actually like the way it tastes, and it goes really nice with seafood and on top of the sauce. And this is basically a Gremolata. There you go. Isn't that nice? Mix everything together. See the nice yellow that you get in there. You see that from the Gremolata? And that'll go right on top. We'll save this for later. And that will go right on top of the spaghetti squash with the sauce, and it'll also serve as a garnish, which is edible, that you can eat. It's quite tasty. So we have our sauce cooking. We have our lemon vinaigrette. One thing I do add to the lemon vinaigrette is a little bit of Parmesan cheese, Romano cheese. I just think it balances out the acidity of the lemon and the olive oil, and it just gives it a nice ring. And it's, we're also serving spaghetti, butternut squash spaghetti, so it just makes sense to sort of blend. That's what we're always doing here, is we're blending and building flavors and connecting the flavors harmoniously together. Believe it or not, I do like to add a little Dijon mustard to the sauce, a little fresh basil, and my secret ingredient is actually pickle juice. It just sort of kills the acidity of the tomatoes, and it actually brings it to life. It's got salt in it too, but it just sort of gives it more of a zesty, sort of harmonious feel. Because sometimes sauces can get thick and heavy, and you want things like, sometimes I take an orange and I squeeze some of that in, a little apple cider vinegar or pickle juice. It sort of breaks it up and gives it a nice, balance, so the sauce doesn't feel heavy. The Radicchio, this sauce is cooking. The Radicchio is it'll be in there for 20 minutes on 400. That will come out, kill the bitterness of the Radicchio, and it'll really go well with the salad. And when you make a Milanese and have the arugula and Radicchio salad on top, I like to use, some people use snow peas. I like to use snow peas, and you put a little oil, a little garlic salt, and you just basically throw it right on top of the pan that's cooking already with everything else. A little tin foil, and they will soften right up. You don't want them too soft because, you know, sometimes that gives it a little zest in the salad, but you want them to loosen up a little bit. Some people saute them, but we're trying to do things healthy here, so we just drop them in the oven with everything else at 400. Basically have your little boat here, and we spaghettied all the spaghetti out of there basically by combing it, you see, and now we're going to put the spaghetti back into the boat, and it should look really nice. And we have this beautiful spaghetti ready in here waiting for its sauce. So we're going to put this off to the side. The Radicchio came out fantastic. I even tasted it. No bitterness whatsoever. Not easy to do, but that's how you do it. The chicken came out perfect. So we're going to take our guy right here. Yeah. And we're going to put him right on the plate. Perfect. Okay, we will be back. Okay, so we have our beautiful plate here, and we are going to do a few things. So we have our shrimp. We have our, first and foremost, we're going to put some of our sauce on our spaghetti noodles. Not too much because we want you to get a visual. Okay. And what you could do is you can take a fork. You want to make sure that spaghetti sauce gets in there, and just kind of work it in a little bit with the sauce. There you go. Yeah. And we will take some of our shrimp. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Take a little bit more sauce right over the shrimp. Get around the sides. Yeah, look at that. Nice marinara. Beautiful. Now you can't really see the shrimp, and seeing the shrimp is sort of the visual that you want to get, so you throw some shrimp sort of right on top. That's all. You know, and it's more of a visual aid than anything. And then we're going to take our Gremolata, which is a little bit of our garnish. We're going to put it right on top. It'll look beautiful. We'll try to avoid putting it where the shrimps are, just so you could sort of see the shrimp. Look at this Gremolata. Oh boy, does that look good. Look at that. Absolutely delicious. There you go. And then we are going to build on our chicken, our breaded chicken. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take your lemon vinaigrette. Okay. Put it all over the chicken. There you go. I'm going to come back to that in a second. We take a few of our snap peas. And there we go. Looks very nice. Then we go to our beautiful arugula, which we build on top. Take a couple of tomatoes. And we could throw some of the tomatoes on the side too, make it look visually presenting. Yeah. Put a few tomatoes in there. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that, folks. Absolutely beautiful. Put a few more tomatoes in there on the side. Then we want to take our Radicchio, kind of throw that on top a little bit. Yeah, there you go. And then, you know, you just take your lemon again, your lemon vinaigrette, and you douse it all over. Isn't that beautiful? And that, my friends, is Milanese di Pollo with a lemon vinaigrette, an arugula and radicchio salad on top with tomatoes, along with butternut squash spaghetti. The spaghetti is made from let's get a closer visual there. The spaghetti is made from the actual butternut squash with shrimp and a beautiful topping, marinara sauce, and that's pretty much it. It's absolutely beautiful, beautiful. And I want to wish, let's come up here. I want to wish everyone the best. This is a tremendous, we're going to take a picture of this before I eat it. I look forward to it. Chef Curry flavors, building flavors all the time. That's what we do here. Feeling healthy, feeling strong during the pandemic, and being hopeful, very hopeful all the time. You have to be hopeful, and I hope you try this dish. It's absolutely, absolutely amazing. What else can I say? Look us up on Rising Star Enterprises for Wellbeing, and have yourselves a wonderful day.